contribution to that?
To what? To their goal?
To their goal.
Well, obviously we got it to overtime. It was a great job battling back, and it's not going to be perfect every night. And we showed some good jump battling back getting into the game. And I mean, unfortunate we had to kill a lot of penalties, especially in the third period, and then again in overtime. And they were able to capitalize. They got some skill, and they did that in the overtime goal.
The 5-minute penalty you guys were able to kill, plus getting a shorthanded goal, 6 of the season. What did that do for the team morale?
Well, it was big. We got within one. We felt like we were playing a good game. We felt like we had momentum, and yet we were killing 5-minute majors and then killing penalties in overtime. So it was frustrating in that respect. But like I said, we stayed with it. We stayed battling and picked up a big point. And now we're gonna be ready for Calgary.
Down 4.
Get ugly.
Yeah, it's not our prettiest win, but did a good job there in overtime to battle hard and on that power play and get the goal. But not our best third period, but nonetheless we came out with 2 points, so that's all that matters.
Do you think you'd maybe lost it when you had the 5-minute power play to go up by a couple and you didn't do anything with it, and then they came back with a tying?
We definitely lost some momentum there, I think, and they definitely gained some. So I mean, we can't let that happen when we get a 5-minute power play. We got to get at least one goal or at least some momentum there. So wasn't our best job there, but like I said, it's a big win for us, and we just got to build off this now.
You were getting the penalty call there when he plugged into the boards?
I thought so. I mean, I kind of went face first, and I mean, I tried to turn back so I could protect the puck there, but he didn't slow down or anything. But I mean, it was a big power play at the end, and I think me and Ebbs were a little bit tired near the end of it, but it was nice to get that one.
I mean, it was almost like a David Perron game out there for you. Is that when you're most effective, when you're kind of getting under the opposition's skin?
Well, first of all, I like the comparison. I think David is one of the best players in the NHL. So thank you.
What was it that was working for you tonight? I mean, you were in the opposition's face every time there's a whistle.
I think it just comes naturally. The more ice time you get, and when you play with guys like Mark and Alice that are really good with the puck, so it kind of makes sense for me not to have the puck and try to be in their face and let them make the plays.
I guess when Dallas is sending you out late in the game and he wants you on the power play, how does that build your confidence? How does it make you feel as a player getting back into the lineup?
It feels awesome. I mean, it's the most fun part of the hockey is playing and making, or when you feel like you're really big part of whatever the outcome is, if we lose or win, and it's great.
What are your impressions of the win tonight, just overall on how the team played and finally coming through in overtime like that?
Well, you obviously want to play better and win a different way, but at the same time, they're in the Eastern Conference, so it doesn't really matter how many points they get if we win.
Awesome. Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks.
You sit down, a sigh of relief getting that goal. Just what'd you make of that game and the finish?
Yeah, it was a weird game. I thought we played extremely well in the first and a little bit in the second, and then just completely took our foot off the gas pedal. That 5-minute power play in the third period, just no sync and not the way we want to play. So
You can't be happy with that third period, but we found a way to win. Got to 2 points. It's funny how it works. You go down one way, and I almost tipped it into my own net on the back check on the 2-on-1, and then coming back, you score a goal. So, we found a way to win.
I know it's a 4-on-4 or 4-on-3 situation in overtime as opposed to a 5-on-4, but would you guys tweak, or what was the goal besides scoring on the power play in OT?
We didn't tweak anything. I mean, tried to do the same play that Nuge tried to do to me early in back door, but just tried to work a high shot first and found a way to do it. It was a weird game. The crowd was with us and then against us and then back with us, just back and forth. But obviously there's some plays in that game that you want to take back, but we won the game and you got the 2 points. But obviously, there'll be some video clips tomorrow that we need to work on.
Is it just a big relief when the game turns out like that?
Questions?
Coach, at what point do you think that game kind of started going your guys' way?
Well, we got dominated in the first period, and they're a skilled team. We sat back and watched, and they took it to us. So we just we said after the first period, guys, hey, we gotta get involved here. We gotta play our game. We gotta get more involved and get pucks.
Well, I mean, like I've said, it's we're not getting ultra picky about points. It's nice to get wins, but I think the focus really does have to be again on the bigger picture of what we're trying to do here, and we're trying to build a foundation for this team this year and for years to come of playing the right way and making the right decisions on the ice as individuals. And when we've done that, this whole year we've had success, and we've had individual success where guys get to score more goals and have more fun, and we've been more smooth in our own zone, and every time we get away from that and complicate things, it turns into a bit of a mess. So we just have to continue to harp on that and not revert back to old habits as a team and as individuals.
Having said that, is it fair to say you guys played the right way for the first 2 periods and then kind of switched things up in the third? Well,
I think the first period we played very well. That's the thing. I think that's the frustrating thing is we really we weren't happy with the way we complicated the game against Calgary. We had some good scoring chances, but we could have had double it. We had a lot of turnovers, a lot of times when we chose the harder pass than just taking the easy one or throwing it on the net. And so you could see the concentration level on doing that in the first period. And again, we've had success. That's the thing. When we choose to play that way, it's the proof is in the pudding. Those are our best periods that we have every game is when we choose that way. As soon as we complicate things and think that we can revert back to making high risk plays, it ends up burning us, and you lose that flow, and you lose that that smooth play that we have when everybody's just dialed into the simple options.
When Jordan scores that goal, how big of a sigh of relief was that on the bench? Or on the
well, like I said, I mean, it's 2 points at this point. It's great to win at home. It's great to get points and continue to try to dig ourselves out of a hole and so it's good. But the bigger picture always has to be in focus as well of what we're trying to build long term and as a group of individuals that want to improve our team this year and for years to come as well. Thanks.
When we are on our heels, we play a little bit better, but bad first period. But after that, I think we played a pretty good game. We battled back, but fortunate bounce at the end, and we will win.
At what point do you feel the momentum changed and things started working in your favor?
I'd say we started playing a little bit harder in the second period. You know, guys were getting their legs and they were skating, and then we were dominating down low. That's, you know, like we were in our game. Then a couple goals that we scored, and you know, the game was 4-1, 4-2, 4-3. At the end of the third, it was 4-4, and you know, we had a couple chances, we didn't capitalize, and as I said, the lucky bounce at the end, and it was in our net.
Coach did not appear very happy at the end of this game. Your reaction to that last penalty?
I don't think he should be happy. You know, he has the right to be pissed because we didn't play 60 minutes. We play only 40, for example. But you know, it's tough to battle back in this league, and you know, we just tried, but we got to put together 60 minutes on 40.
Why is it we've seen so many shorthanded goals?
I say we gotta get involved here. We gotta play our game. We gotta get, you know, more involved and get pucks going their way. And I thought in the second period we had a much better period. We just kind of slowly pecked away.
When Nash cut the 5-minute in the game, how do you think your team responded with the PK on that one?
Yeah, the PK did a great job. You know, we'll address it tomorrow, but you know, for us, hey, you know what? We came back. We're a pretty resilient team, so we're gonna look at the positive and look at the fact that we, you know, like I said, we had outplayed in the first. We bounced back in the second. And we had a really good second and third, and got a big point, and possibly could add two.
Take a while to find your legs in that first period after playing Vancouver last night?
I don't know if we didn't find our legs. I think we just kind of, you know, they got good skill and they're skating. We kind of just sat back and we kind of just weren't moving, you know. And so, you know, I think we just finally, you know, took a break after the first period and said, hey guys, we're a lot better in this, and we got to get playing our game again. And once we did that, and we started competing and finishing checks, playing hard, you know, we got back in the game.
A lot of clubs at 4-1, they would have said, okay, this isn't our night, let's move on to the next one. But you guys showed a lot of resilience in this.
Yeah, we've had some good comeback wins lately, and like I say, like our resilient, and you know, we've been really second, third periods hanging in there and battling back, and we've had some nice comeback wins lately. So, you know, it's, of course we want to address the first period stuff, but the nice thing is no one quits. They find ways to get points, and that's a big point for us.
What do you look for in shorthanded situations? I mean, you have so many goals.
Actually, you know what? It's just more the personnel of the players. You know, you got some guys that are quick, and they get an opportunity to get an edge on some of the PK guys. They find some space, and you know, for example, Eric tonight, he's a goal scorer. You know, you give him room and an opportunity, he's going to capitalize. So, you know, they've just been finding the right spots to do it, and yeah, we have scored a few you know, shorthanders this year, and a lot of key goals on that part.
That's one way to get a win, but certainly don't want to make it happen tonight.
I'd love to have a win every night. I don't care how we get them. That was 2 points. Would we like to end that game 4-1? Absolutely. But the important thing is there's 2 points in the bank.
You get 3 goals right off the go by your number 1 picks in 3 different drafts, and it's kind of unfolding like I assume you pictured it would when you got hired as we go down the road here. Can you just talk about those 3 guys and how they started the game and where they're at right now?
Well, I thought our whole team started the game well, but obviously those guys, you know, scoring, we're always going to look to them to put up points and put up goals, and they did that. So listen, they're all growing as we go along. They're all going to play very large roles in our organization's success over the next several years. Yeah, and the challenges for them is not only to start games like that, but to finish them like that and play the next game like that and the next game, and that's where you see the the real good veterans and the real elite players, like they play like that every game, every night, and that's the challenge of our young men.
The other question is not many people seem to be. The flow doesn't seem to be that way. If you look at the standings, you've won 7, lost 3, and tied 1 in your last 11 games. If you had started the season like that, that would have been ecstatic.
Yeah, well, listen, I don't expect people to be jumping down, up and down. That if that's our record over the last little bit. The thing that we've done to ourselves is we've put ourselves in such a large hole that even when you are playing well over a stretch, everybody wakes up in the morning and do people still read newspapers, or do they just go on the internet? Well, if they're opening up their newspaper or reading the newspaper on the internet, it's, you know, they look at the standings. So even a game like tonight where you put 2 in the bank, the standings still have you where you're at, and that's the hole we have to climb out of. We've done this to ourselves, so I don't expect people to be jumping up and down and with, you know, whatever the record you said it was. I'm very rarely cognizant. I'm just like, okay, tonight, what's next?
Can you talk about, yes, you don't say he seemed like he was really effective by getting under the skin of the opposition?
Yeah, and just by playing hard, not playing dirty, not running his mouth at anybody, anything like that. He just played extremely hard. And, you know, we talked about, it's probably maybe 3 or 4 days ago, we talked about in here about the conversations that him and I had, and he was upholding his end of the bargain, and we were able to find him some extra ice. And I thought he played a very good game. He played a hard game for us.
Is that third period, is that something sometimes you can see coming, the comeback like that, or did that kind of catch you off guard or surprise you that they were able to tie the game up?
No, I saw it coming in the second. We talked about it in the second period too, that it's always interesting. Like you get up 4-1 and you've played a certain way to do it, and you're playing the exact way that we want to play. We're doing the right things. We're being so disciplined with every element of our game. And then for some reason, and this just doesn't happen to our team, it happens to all teams. You're up 4-1, and then suddenly it's, well, you know, let's play this other way and see if we can really get some points here. And that other way never works. It usually starts to shoot you in the foot. So we talked about it in the second, and I thought, or at the end of the second, I thought we were okay in the third, but then as soon as they got that shorthanded goal, it was game on. They were smelling blood. We were on our heels a little bit, but even after they tied it, at least we pressed forward and got the points that we so dearly need.
7 of your last 11 have been wins. What are you seeing better from your team in that stretch? There's obviously things you want to work on, but what's better?
Well, I think it's not just one thing. I think we've had some good success with our line combinations. I think they're reading off each other fairly well. I think we're cutting down on a lot of head-shaking mistakes on most nights. I think we're scoring. We're getting our looks, and it's not a night where, you know, a guy like Eberle or Hall or one of guys of that pedigree are seeing the net a lot of times, and they're not able to put it in. So, you know, it's a whole lot of different things, but I just feel like the guys they're more together now. And it's great to see, because it could have been very easy for them to all just fall apart where we were at a month ago.
Example, won the game in the power play. Power play was struggling here tonight.
Power play was 1 for 3, 33%. That's a hell of a night.
Okay.
Adios.